Okay, so part one of the time that my best friend set me up to be unalived, and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Okay, so for starters, my best friend is a he, not a she. And I'm gonna have to take y'all back to about a month before I get shot so I can make it all make sense. You feel me? So for those of you who know me, you know. But if you don't know me, mama was outside with the movers and the shakers. I was a street pharmacist. I'm talking about coin, okay? Major coin. And around this time, I was dating this dude. And we was going through a messy breakup. Not true enough. I was going back and forth between him and my baby daddy. Yes, I was. But in my defense, if y'all knew what this nigga had done did to me, y'all would have been scratching drag his ass, sis. And that's just what I was doing. Dragging it. And when I tell y'all this situation was messy and toxic, everywhere they seen each other, they would fight. At the gas station, at the gambling house, if they ran into each other at church, it was on sight. And I used to be right there screaming, whoop his ass, whoop his ass. But I don't really know who I'm rooting for because I'm thinking about all the stuff that both these niggas done did to me. And at this point, I just want somebody to get whooped. Okay, so one day I'm at home, I'm laid up with my baby daddy, and I get a phone call. It's one of my homegirls. And she like, Red, the gambling house just got shot up, and old boy was there, the dude that I'm going through the breakup with. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Is he unalived? And she was like, no, but 2 people got shot. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me, shit. So I hang out with her, I roll over, lay back down and get comfortable. Because this is my day off, baby. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But about 45 minutes later, my phone rang. I look at it, it's an unknown number. I send it a voicemail immediately. You feel me? Because I screen phone calls. I don't know about y'all. And then the number calls right back. So I'm like, dang, who is this? So I answer the phone and I put my hello. And they like, this is Detective so-and-so from the police department. Can I speak to so-and-so? So I'm like, this her? What's up? So I'm looking at the phone crazy. Like, what's up? What you want with me? So he was like, we wondering if you could come in and sit down and have a conversation with us. So I'm like, conversation about what? So it was like something about an incident that just occurred. We would just like to talk to you for a moment if you have some time. So I was like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna have some time, but I'll get back with you and I'll let you know when I can come in. I hang up the phone and I look at my baby daddy and I'm like, that was the police department. And he said, police department? For what? And about that time, his phone rung. Same number. He's scared. He don't want to answer the phone. But I'm screaming, answer the phone, answer the phone. So he answered the phone and it's Detective so-and-so from the police department. Can I speak to so-and-so? So he like, yeah, this me. How can I help you? He hit him with the same line he hit me with. Can you come in? We need to talk to you. So my baby daddy give him some about he got to go pick his kids up or something like that. And I'm thinking, pick your kids up, your kid in their sleep. But okay, cool. Tell him what you want to tell him. So he hang up the phone. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. We both looking stupid. You feel me? So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go down there because it's better for us if we go down there than if they catch us on the street. So we both get up and we get ready. We put on our all white. Because if you know about going to jail with your all white on. So we get down to the police station and they separate us. They put us in 2 different interrogation rooms. And when he come in, he's like, hey, I'm Detective so-and-so. I spoke to you on the phone earlier. I just wanted to talk to you because you are a person of interest in an attempted murder, y'all. Attempted murder? Baby, when I tell y'all my heart dropped to the floor and rolled out the damn room, baby. And I'm gonna cut it right there and y'all gonna have to come back for part 2. Part 2 of when my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. I'm at the police department and I'm shaking in my Gucci slippers, you feel me? Because I done did some questionable things in my life, but never nothing to the extent of attempted murder, y'all. When I gather myself, my first question is, Detective, who I tried to kill? Because the suspense is killing me at this point. So he proceeds to tell me about a shooting that happened earlier that day on the other side of town at a local gambling house. On the inside, mama relaxed a little bit. Whew, baby, I told y'all my homegirl called me earlier that day and gave me the play. But I can't let him know that I know what's going on. So my next question was, well, damn, what happened? How I get in it? Child, apparently, there was 4 people in the house. My ex, the two people that run it, and one of my homeboys. I told y'all I was with the movers and the shakers. I'm from a certain set, but I'm good at every hood. I get money everywhere. And the fourth person that was there was one of my homeboys from my set. They was inside gambling, playing cards. Somebody came, knocked on the door. Boom, boom, boom. When one of the guys that run the gambling house came to open the door, whoever was at the door aired that bitch out. Bah, 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 bah. And two people got shot. Now I'm looking at the detective crazy. Because, baby, why am I here? You still have not told me why I'm here. What's going on? Do y'all know this child of God, my ex, told them people that me and my baby daddy shot the gambling house up because we was trying to unalive him. I can't make that up. Yes, he did, y'all. Yes, he did. This man kept me there for hours, y'all, questioning me about my whereabouts, about the incidences that went on between me and my baby daddy, like just over and over and over again. And he ain't feed me. The only thing he gave me was some water, y'all, and I think it was tap water. But while I'm in there being questioned, the wheels in my mind go to turning and turning and turning. And by the time I left there, I already had them figured out who did it and why. But it ain't my place to lace them up. You get a paycheck, you're going to have to do your job and earn your paycheck. That was just my mentality at the time, y'all. So now this is where things get sticky, y'all. Sit down and pay attention, because I don't want to lose you, okay? So this is where my best friend come into play. The one that set me up. Okay, we get into the meat and potatoes. Now my best friend and my homeboy that was in the spot when it got shot up, they going through it. They got some beef of their own, okay? And this is why they're beefing. My best friend, he got motion. He getting money a certain way. But my homeboy, he done started getting motion the same way as my best friend, and he undercutting him on the prices. And my best friend and his homeboys, they on some mafia shit. They don't like that. A couple weeks before the shooting, my best friend and his homeboys ran down on my homeboy, stressing, you can't get money in the city no more. You got to find something else to do. Get a job, something. But I know my homeboy, and I know because he from my set, and we don't play that. You ain't going to tell us what to do. Baby, it's up. So he continued to do him, and my best friend them got wind of it, and I guess you know what happened next. What's understood don't gotta be explained. Now, it's about 12, 1 o'clock at night. I'm leaving the police station. When I leave the police station, I drop my baby daddy off, and my first stop is to my best friend. Because we got to talk about this. So when I push up on him, I'm like, guess where I just came from? The police department. I'm a person of interest in a shooting that took place at a gambling house earlier that day. Y'all, his eyes went like this. Then it popped out his head. And I know, what I'm about to say might sound crazy to some of y'all. But I lay it out for him. I ain't gonna say nothing because it ain't my place. But if something happened and I happen to get arrested for this, I know I'm gonna beat it. But while I'm in these people's slammer fighting it, my mama and my baby better be straight. Whatever you got to do, you better do it. I know it sounds crazy, y'all, but I was outside living that life, okay?
And if y'all don't know what she's saying that I'm gonna fight the case. But if you don't do your part, I'm snitching. That's what she just said. So I'm gonna tell her. Y'all gonna be shaking and moving when she going that motherfucker. She with the shakers in the movie, y'all gonna be shaking and moving. If I get caught, I feel it though. 100%. I tell them all the time, don't invite me to gang activities, I'm telling you. Now, if y'all don't understand what she was talking about, one friend, I guess, they talking about drug dealing. If this like y'all catch up. We're talking about drug dealing, all right? We got two drug pens. They can't chop on the same corner, all right? One is becoming too big. It's costing the other guy some money. So he told him he got to get the hell on with his life. That's what he said. That's how it goes in the street, y'all. They don't know how to share. How to it's money out here for everybody. I guess that don't apply when you're in the streets shaking and moving. I'm disappointed in this storyteller though, man. I've been waiting for this damn story to finish for a month. She had us waiting for a month. I haven't got to watch this story time yet because I've been trying to wait and see. So we got all 12 parts. And so all y'all who've been posting the story, knowing damn well you ain't got the full story, you know you did wrong. But yeah, she crazy.
Yeah, I think the ex-boyfriend probably genuinely felt like it has something to do with her. Granted, every time she see the baby daddy and they get into it, it's on site. So he probably felt like, okay, well, I guess he had enough and now he about to just pow up the place. So they was like, yeah, let's just blame it on her.
Man, I want to know how dude took it when she told him that you better take care of everything because they don't do it. She pretty much just told him she about to tell.
Okay, so now y'all gonna have to follow me for part 3. Y'all miss me? Part 3 of when my best friend set me up to be unalive and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Okay, y'all. So the next couple of days after I went and hollered at my best friend, I got sick as fuck. I'm talking about throwing up. I ain't want to get out the bed. Just felt like trash. And in the back of my mind, I knew I was pregnant. But I'm hoping that I'm not because I've been playing a dangerous game for the last couple of months, going back and forth between my baby daddy and my ex. But me being young and dumb, and I'm so scared, I'm stressing I ain't even gonna take no test. I'm just gonna wait for my cycle to come on. You feel me? And meanwhile, through the midst of all this, I'm going back and forth to court because mama was just in her all white a couple months back because I caught a charge. So when I go to court, they offering me 3 years probation or 1 year in prison. And I can't go to prison. I might be pregnant. So probation it is. So a couple of the stipulations of my probation is I can't leave the county where I live at without my probation officer's approval. And the county that I get money in is not the county that I live in. You never eat where you shit. You feel me? And I got a 9 o'clock curfew, y'all. How I supposed to get money like this? So I come up with a plan. I go hustle during the daytime. I'm being real discreet. I'm in and out the city, catching my plays. It's really invitation only. You feel me? Then I would head home by 8:30, and I would wait till like 12, 1 o'clock at night, and then I would pop back up. But my first week or so on probation, I was in the house. I was doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm in the house, I got a lot of time to think. And so my conscience started getting the best of me. I'm thinking about my homeboy and I'm thinking about my best friend. And I don't want nothing to happen to my homeboy. You feel me? Because I couldn't look his mama in her face if anything happened to him. And I knew, and it was something that I could have did to prevent it. So against my better judgment, I called my homeboy. I'm like, hey, where you at? I need to holler at you. Push up on me. So we link up. And I don't mention my best friend, but I lace my homeboy up. I'm stressing, listen, that shooting a month ago, it was really for you. You know what you got going on out here, so I ain't really got to say too much. But what I'm asking you is to just be careful and maybe chill for a little bit. Let things calm down. So he go to stressing that he kind of figured that's what it was, but he didn't have no confirmation. And I had just gave him confirmation. So he tell me that he gonna chill. So I'm like, okay, bet. That's the best thing for everybody. So now a couple weeks pass. I still ain't got my cycle. And I'm still trying to make things shake while I'm on probation. So one day, I say, fuck it. I'm gonna take a test. So y'all, I took the test, and I guess you know, them little pink lines and all that, bitches were dark red. I was so pregnant. So now I'm shooketh. You feel me? This a safe space? Can I be real with y'all? I ain't know who the daddy was. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know who baby that was. But I'm a real one now. So I had to tell both of them. So I keep it G. I had a conversation with both of them. Y'all can only imagine how them conversations went, baby. I was there, pussy hole, dog ass hole, mutt ass bitch. Anything but the child of God is what I was. But you know, it's always mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So I'm going to handle my responsibility regardless. But you know, whatever y'all want to do, I'm cool with it. So both of them left my ass. I was out in the cold by my damn self, y'all. So now I'm pregnant. I'm on 3 years probation. Both my niggas done left me. And I'm a person of interest in an attempted murder. Baby, I couldn't make this shit up. Mama was living. And that's it for part 3. Tune in for part 4. Part 4 of when my best friend set me up to be unalive and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Let's do it. So at this point, life is lifing, baby. I mean, whooping my ass. But hey, I still got to get to the money. So one day, I'm in my city and my best friend called me. His car in the shop getting painted and he's stressing he just dropped his rental off. Can I come give him a ride to bust a move? So I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way. So I pull up to pick him up. When we pull out the driveway, he get a phone call. So he on the phone. I ain't really paying attention because that ain't none of my business. You feel me? But when he get off the phone, he's stressing, can I stop at the corner store that's up there by his house? So I ain't thinking nothing of it. So I pull up. And when I pull up, he say, hey, jump out the car real quick. My big homie wanna holler at you. So this ain't nothing out of the ordinary. Because I told y'all, I got heavy motion. And sometimes his big homie will spend money with me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I pull into the store, grab my purse, jump out the car. His homie is in an SUV parked behind the store. So we go over to the car and my best friend opened the back door. When he opened the back door, I see his big homie in the front seat. And then I see another nigga in the back seat that's kind of like their enforcer. You feel me? So as I'm getting into the car, I see it's somebody in the front seat, but I can't really tell who it is. So I get in the car and I end up in the whole seat. So I'm in the middle. They enforcer on the left of me, my best friend on the right of me, big homie in the front seat. Y'all, guess who in the back? Guess who in the passenger seat? Y'all, my homeboy is in the passenger seat. The one that I laced up and told him to be careful and just chill is in the passenger seat, y'all. So when I see him, I instantly know something ain't right. You feel me? Like, something ain't right. So I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? So his big homie turn around and his big homie say, so what this is that you told him that we was trying to unalive him? So now I'm looking at my best friend like, what the fuck? So I look over at the enforcer that's sitting on the left of me, and this nigga got the phone on his lap. So I look at my homeboy in the front seat, and I'm scratching, man, what the fuck you talking about? I ain't told you shit. How the fuck I get in this shit? So my homeboy ain't saying nothing. He on mute. But the big homie scratching, yeah, buddy reached out to me and said that you said that we was trying to unalive him. So I instantly caught deuces. Man, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I reached down in my purse and I grabbed my phone. I said, y'all niggas got me fucked up. Let me out this bitch before I unalive everybody in this bitch. What y'all trying to do to me? So now I'm hot, y'all. I'm snapping on everybody. I'm stressing, let me out this bitch. I'm low-key scared because I'm feeling like I'm finna have to unalive one of them before they unalive me. And I'm stressing to my best friend, and you a fuck nigga for bringing me up here. Fuck you mean? And my homeboy, he's sitting up there mute, and I call him puss-ass nigga. And I got in my car, and I left my homeboy, my best friend, and both them other fuck niggas right up there at the goddamn store. So about 10 minutes later, my homeboy go to calling me, my best friend go to calling me. My homeboy calling me, my best friend calling me. I ain't answering the phone for nobody because I'm so motherfucking hot. Because I told you this so you could protect yourself, not so you could throw me in the line of the fire. Y'all tune in for part 5.
See, and that's why you just mind your business when it comes to shit like this. When it comes to situations like this, it's best to just mind your business. Because look what happened. I mean, how do you not expect him to go do something about that? You know what I'm saying? He probably hanging around. Obviously, he's hanging around the guy that you say wants to take his life. I'm gonna say something. I hate when somebody tell me some shit like that, and I'm supposed to just keep it to myself. Like, no, then I'm supposed to just keep it. That's why you gotta mind your business. I gotta play your cards. Sometimes you gotta play the cards. You gotta tell them like, hey man, for you two trying to take my life, it's a gamble you take. I don't know why he said anything. I don't know. What would you have done? Would you not said anything? I would have. Like most of them know how to money just to leave town. They gotta stay around these dudes.
Yeah,
She playing a dangerous game. She act like this GTA or something.
there's no rules in this game. So if somebody just pow the plays and it's the case open on this, the last thing you want to do is speak on it. And now they're already looking at you as a person of interest. So it's like she was already in the line of fire. She was already thrown out there. So I don't know why the homeboy decided to say something, and clearly he was mute for a reason. He probably scared for his life, as he should be, because they did just try to take it. And
He
who's
know he
gonna
did
admit
wrong.
it? Who's gonna sit there and admit, you know what? It was us, and we were after you.
Right.
Where do you think he was going with that?
They failed at the job. They're not about to tell you that it was them. They're trying to get the job done probably still to this day. And you can tell, look at her face that she just don't take shit serious. Like she just playing. So I'm outside with the shaker and the movers. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life.
Man.
Hey, but that's how the police get you though. She took a 3-year probation instead of just taking the 1 year in prison. I would have took the 1 year because they set you up with that 3-year probation. You on supervised visitation. I mean, you on supervised visit. They watching you. So if you mess up one time within them 3 years, you're going to jail for 3 years. They don't care if you got a day left on that mug. You're going to do 3 years, and guess what? When you get out in 3 years, that shit's going to restart. That's how they get us. I'm taking my 1 year and I'm getting off of this. Like, but that's just me personally. What y'all would do in this situation? Y'all taking the 1 year, or you taking the 3 years on probation, knowing that you're going to have all of these stipulations, and you can't go outside after 9. She was still going outside. So imagine she got caught after 9. She's going to jail.
Her only reason was because she was pregnant. She's like, I don't want to give birth.
Man, you're going to be in jail for like 3 months after the baby pregnant, after you had the baby. Trust me. You would have been better off just doing the time. You out here with the shaker and the movers. You got to go do your time. This is what come with this. I don't get it. Yeah. But, do what you feel like you know best. But you damn sure took the most riskiest route, if you ask me.
Okay, y'all. So part 5, when my best friend set me up to be unalive, and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Okay, so when I leave the store that day, I'm hot. I'm scared. I'm confused. Like, I don't know what to do. So the one thing I do know to do is to call my niggas, y'all. So the first thing I do is call my baby daddy. Because he a real street nigga. And he already know the backstory of everything that's going on. Because when I left the police department that day, I kind of laced him up. So I want him around me for protection. But he don't answer the phone. He ain't fucking with me, y'all. So then I called my ex. He ain't no real street nigga. I taught him everything that he know. You feel me? But he answered the phone. So that's all that matter. So I hit him with, can we talk? I love you. I miss you. I just want us to work this out. So he pulled up on me that night and we talked. And I put this good what's the name on him, you feel me? And while he in this what's the name, I'm whispering those sweet nothings in his ear. Babe, I love you. I miss you. You know this your baby. I still don't know who baby this is, y'all. Come back home. And nigga so easy. Boom. We right back together. You feel me? Y'all, I'm just making bad decision after bad decision at this point. I don't know what the hell I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing shit. So over the next couple of days, me and my ex get locked back in. But I ain't really even tiptoeing through the city at this point. I'm chilling because I don't know what the hell going on. Now my homeboy, he done gave up getting in contact with me. But my best friend, he's still calling, he's still texting. We need to talk. He need to explain, blah, 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 blah. But I ain't even really trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm from, my family own a restaurant. So my best friend pull up to my family restaurant and holler at my old girl. He telling her that he trying to get in contact with me, but he ain't been able to get me. Can she have me call him? So my mama know I'm outside. So she get worried. So she called me and she like, you okay? Such and such just left here. He say he can't get in contact with you. What's going on? So I'm like, nothing, ma. I just been busy. You know, my mama know I'm outside, but she don't know I'm outside. Cause my people ain't like that, y'all. Like, I want to make that clear. My family, they not on what I'm on. So now I'm like, damn, let me reach out to this nigga because now he get my mommy and my daddy involved. You know what I'm saying? So I call him. He's Christian, can we meet up? So I go holler at him. And we have it out, y'all. I'm stressing, you a fuck nigga. Why would you do that to me? Like, I would never do you like that. Come on, man. But he's stressing, he didn't know that that was finna go down like that. He's stressing, they know how close we is. Do you really think that they would have told me that that was finna happen? So this is my best friend, y'all. So after a little bit, I folded. You know what I'm saying? Bad decision after bad decision. So I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't sweating it no more because I know what I did and didn't do, even though I did. So fuck it. And we kind of like let sleeping dogs lie. So life kind of getting back to normal. Well, what you would call normal. And one day my homegirl called me and she like, hey, I'm cooking today, friend. Pull up. Everybody know I'm pregnant, so shit, I'm ready to eat. So I pull up and I'm chilling. While I'm there, my best friend called me and he calls me for a ride. And at the last time, I'm skeptical. So I play him to the left. I'm busy. I'll call you later, see if you done did what you need to do, so forth and so on. Couple hours later, he called back to check the temp. You still busy? Can you give me a ride? I play him to the left again. I'm going to call you when I get done. I'm going to come get you. Blah, 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 blah. So this how he got me, y'all. He called me back about an hour later and he was like, hey, I don't need the ride to go do that no more. But I do got a play I need to go catch. And it's a major play. If you take me to go catch it, I'll bust it down the middle with you. My greed got me, y'all. Soon as he went to Scratch and he was gonna bust that play down the middle with me, I'm stressing, I'm on the way. Give me 5 minutes. It's already getting close to my curfew. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And I'm gonna shoot home and then I'm gonna pop back out later. Cause it's a major party going on where my ex live. So I grab my stuff and I'm headed to the door. But my cousin is there. So she asked me what I'm finna go do. So I'm stressing, I'm finna go catch a play. I'm gonna come back out later on the night. So she say, can she ride with me and I take her home when I get done? So I'm like, yeah, cool, come on, let's do it. So I go pick my best friend up. He hop in the back seat. We riding. He don't really say too much while we in the car. But I figure he know or he think that it's still, a little bit of tension. So we ain't really chopping it up like we usually chop it up. He just kind of telling me where I need to go. So when we get where I need to go, I miss my turn. I go down to the store, I turn around, and I come back. When I pull in, it's some trees and like some bushes on the left. It ain't really lit up. We in a trailer park. So all the lights and stuff is kind of down by the trailer and kind of leading up to the trailer. You feel me? So when I pull in and I park. And it's a group of people up by the passenger side of my car. My best friend get out and he go inside the trailer. So while I'm sitting there, it's a girl standing up there. And I hear her say, who is that? So I think she talking about me. So I go to let my window down to tell her, don't worry about who the fuck this is. I told y'all, I don't give a fuck. And as I'm letting my window down to tell her, don't worry about who the fuck this is, she kind of looked past my car like, and she say, who the fuck is that? So that makes me look that way too. So when I look that way, I see somebody walking through the bushes. So at first, I ain't thinking nothing of it. It's a baser area. So I'm thinking that it's a baser walking up through the bushes. But as he gets closer, I see that it's the enforcer, y'all. And as he get closer, he ain't got on no mask. But I see him up in the fire like this. So in my mind, I'm like, fuck. Next thing you know, bah, 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 bah. I'm in that bitch panicking, going crazy. We just screaming, me and my cousin. Ah, 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 ah. So when the shooting stopped, I'm slumped over my cousin's seat like this. So I'm sitting there and I hear this nigga jiggling my door handle, y'all, jiggling my door handle. So I sit up. And when I sit up, I guess he see me sit up. So he bah, 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 again. So I throw that bitch in reverse. I try to run that nigga over getting up out of there. I'm on 2 wheels, y'all. Like, I can't believe that just happened. So I drive down the road a little bit. I pull over. I'm like, cuz, you hit? She say, nah, cuz, I'm straight. I'm screaming, cuz, I'm hit. I'm finna die. And then, y'all, come back for part 6.
Well, damn, was the enforcer blind? And why is he just labeled the enforcer? Listen, y'all, I grew up in some pretty interesting environments. I don't know who the fuck the enforcer was in the group I was with. Not my personal group, but just the people I've been around. But I don't think he went around as the enforcer. I think he was just somebody you didn't know was an enforcer. If I know this is dude who gets the job done, why the fuck I would have this she got the survival skills. I just don't know what type of survival skills these are. This is not good. This is not good survival skills. If I see a guy that we consider a enforcer coming out the woods with a weapon and he doesn't have a mask on, that means he's about to take my life, right? That means he's about to take somebody's life. Why is he coming out the woods? Why are you back in the car with a dude? Now you see why. That's why I say you gotta watch them monitoring spirits. You learn these in the streets. And it's serious when you're in the streets because this is life or death. You know, in the suburban lifestyle, you know, we live in today, you know, that could be just somebody talking your business outside or some shit, telling your secrets. But in the streets, this could be life or death. If somebody's looking for you all the time and you obviously know that you shouldn't be messing with this person, you ain't even getting down to the gist of why. First of all, men and women shouldn't even be friends like this anyways. And if a man this damn eager to be your friend, you should be worried. And I don't care what nobody say, you should be worried if a man is this damn eager to get back in touch with you. It's something he's trying to do. It's something he wants. If it ain't you, it's something else he wants. And you got to be worried, especially if you know you just crossed these people. You feel me? So I don't know, man. Everything just sounds skeptical as hell. I would have been on alert.
This is literally the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because it's like, this man has already put you in a sticky situation. You were literally sandwiched in between an enforcer and your best friend. I don't even know how you made it out the car. Thank God you did. But it's like, even homeboy was scared in the front seat. You got the enforcer behind him. So these are people that are not playing games. They already powed up the gambling house and you know who did it. So they're coming for you regardless of what was about to happen. They know that you know it was them. And then it's like, come on, your best friend's constantly calling you, trying to get you to come get him and switching up his story. He knew the only way to finally get you was if it has something to do with some money. And you fell for it. But it's like, this man has already proved that he cannot be trusted. I know you want to see the better in people, but in this game, as you know, it's no rules. It's no friendships. You can get snaked by anybody. If it got something to do with money or to protect their own life, they are throwing you out there. And I'm just really trying to understand. I know that, you know, we can't say what we would do because, you know, we're not in that situation. But if someone is trying to unalive me and it comes to my car handle and jiggles it, the last thing I'm going to do is rise up. Like, they're trying to come for you. Reverse, you should have hit him with the car when old girl said, who is that? If I'm seeing somebody walk through the bushes and I know it's Darth Vader, I'm not about to just stand there and wait to see what he's doing.
Like, oh, let's watch it develop. I think women get into the streets and they don't look at it like men look at it. Men see the danger. Women just think it's cute. It's an aesthetic to women. Like, oh yeah, I'm outside with the shaker and the movers. Ooh.
The way my car would have became a transformer. Stop playing with me.
They don't realize that this shit is real serious. Like, you are a part of this. Like, it's blood in, blood out with most of these games. You're not about to be knowing hella dark secrets in somebody who just be talking. Like, women just be in it for the aesthetics. I'm telling you, they're not in it for the same reasons as men. Well, some may be, but they don't understand how serious. Like, the person who just got you in is gonna be the one who take you out, and it's not gonna be a little on the shoulder conversation, go ahead, this ain't for you type of, you going with your life, be a no, they're going to unalive you. They're going to take your life because you know stuff about all of us that we can't get out there. And she playing this shit. And then she hot. So they really trying to probably take her out because first of all, you underfed watch. And we don't know if you talking to the feds. Let's just be for real. And street niggas don't really got much common sense. When they get past surface level to them, they like, oh no, take her out. Because shit, she could not be talking, but we're not about to take the risk. We're not.
Yeah,
So,
not to mention you were in the car with them and said, I will unalive all of y'all. So you can't just be throwing that out there and thinking they taking it lightly.
Nah, I don't think that was the reason why they want her gone. I think it's because she talking to the police. She got to be talking to the police. She ain't say she telling, but she talking to the police. If you can't do a year in prison, you're talking to the police and me. Oh, hell no. If you can't do a year in prison, I'm scared. I'm scared. She's going to tell everything we have. And I don't think any street nigga will look at that and be looking at it differently. He's going to be like, oh, no. No, she's about to tell, bro. She took 3 years over 1 year in prison. We're cooked.
Then they come into your mama's establishment. I wouldn't take that as, oh, they trying to check up on me. I would take that as a threat.
Oh, they all
they're
gone
letting
today.
you know, if we don't find you, we know where to look.
Are these niggas? I hope they still not alive today, man. You telling this story with great compassion. I know a lot of dudes probably watching this and heated if this is true.
Part 6, when my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So something that I'll never forget is the smell of my flesh burning from the bullet holes mixed with the smell of my blood. So I'm overcome by this smell and I got a cramping pain in my chest, y'all. So I know I'm shot in my chest. So my cousin stressing, you straight, cuz? Where you hit at? I was like, I don't know, cuz, but I'm hit and I can't drive no more. So she said, come on, switch seats with me. So we switched seats and I'm stressing, cuz, just get me to the hospital, please. Just don't let me die in the car. Give them a chance to save me. Just don't let me die in this car, cuz, please. So she hit it. Boom, we out of there. So the first thing I do is go to assessing my injuries because I used to be in nursing school before I caught my first charge. So I already know that I'm shot in my chest, but I got a terrible pain in my left leg. So when I look down, I notice I'm shot twice in my left leg. And one of the bullet holes is maybe a half an inch to an inch from my femoral artery. So I go to filling up my leg and stuff like that, and I realize that I'm shot again, like kind of in my hip butt area. So I lean back on my seat, and when I lean back, I get a shooting pain in my back. So I'm shot in my back too, y'all. So now I realize that I'm shot 5 times, y'all. I'm scared. I don't want to die. I'm saying, Lord, please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. Like, I got a 5-year-old son. I'm pregnant. My family need me. Like, please don't let me go out like this. So I go to talking to myself. Bitch, get it together. You got to save yourself. Come on, tighten up. Pull it together. You got to save yourself. So the first thing I do is I calm myself. You got to stay calm, bitch. Because the more excited and the more your heart pump, the more your blood is going to pump. And you Swiss cheese right now, mama. So the more this blood pump, the more it's going to pump out of your body. So just relax. So I turned into MacGyver, y'all. I snatched my purse up. I had a strap on my purse. I snatched the strap off my purse and I made a tourniquet. I tied it around my leg as tight as it would go to cut off the circulation in my leg so the blood wouldn't pump out of the bullet holes that was in my leg. So I snatched my shirt off. I go to ripping my shirt in half, y'all. I balled that bitch up as tight as it'll go, and I stuffed it down into the bullet hole that was in my back as far as it would go. I was in agonizing pain, y'all. I never felt a pain like this before in my life. I always kept a towel in my car. So I rolled the towel up and I put it up under like my butt area to try to stop the bleeding in my hip ass area. So I take what's left of my shirt and I go to wrapping that bitch and balling it up and I stuffed it down to the hole in the hole that was in my chest. And I got all these makeshift bandages, but it just don't seem like the blood is slowing down at all. It's just coming from everywhere, y'all. So at this point, I'm trying to think fast. You know what I'm saying? So I leaned back on my seat hard as I could, and I leaned over I'm on my side like this, trying to put pressure on all of my wounds. So I take my leg and I put it up on my dashboard like this, and now I'm pushing as hard as I can on my dashboard to push my body up against my seat to try to slow down some of the bleeding. So at this point, I'm crying. My cousin crying. She just stressing, hold on, cuz, I'm going to get you there. I'm going to get you there. When I tell y'all she drove that bitch like a NASCAR driver, y'all, we ran every red light. She drove on the wrong side of the road. We hopped curbs. Baby, we was like 15 minutes from the hospital, and I swear she got me there in like 7 minutes, y'all. So now I'm thinking like, damn, I need to call somebody. I need to call somebody. So I go to looking for my phone. So I find my phone, and I pick up my phone, and the first phone call I make, y'all, is to my mama. Because I want to call my mama, and I want to tell my mama that I love her one last time. And I want to tell my son that I love him one last time. And no matter what anybody say about your mama, you go on and you live the best life that you can. Because I'm going to be watching you, and I'm going to be praying over you for the rest of your life. But y'all, my mama didn't answer the phone. I picked it up. I called again. She didn't answer the phone. So now I'm broken because I'm never going to be able to get to say goodbye to these people that mean so much to me. So then I called my ex. He answered the phone, and I'm stressing. I'm shot. I'm hit. I think I'm finna die. Get to the hospital. Try to call my mama, please. And I hang up the phone because now I got to worry about saving myself, y'all. I got to get back into survival mode. So we driving, and I see the lights for the hospital. I'm like, okay, we here. We here. So when we pull up, I open the car door to get out. And when I step out the car door, I instantly go to collapsing. My cousin come and she scooped me up off the ground. I don't know where she got the strength from, but baby scooped me up and carried me inside the people hospital screaming, somebody help, somebody help. She been shot. Somebody help. She been shot. So the nurses rush over. They grab me and they take me in the back. They take me into a room and they go to assessing me. And I go to saying, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. So when I tell them that I'm pregnant, they instantly start working on me and go to assessing the baby. They go to saying they got to make sure the baby is okay first. And I'm screaming to them, save me. If I die, the baby dies. 1 + 1 = 2. Come on. So now they go assessing me, putting me through different machines, sticking me with IVs and stuff like that. And then they go to cutting off my shoes and stuff. And I'm stressing to the lady, those new shoes, don't cut them off, just take them off. Y'all think about all the wrong things at the wrong moments, y'all. So I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm stressing, put me to sleep. It hurts so bad, put me to sleep. So they go to getting me assessed and stuff like that. And they finna roll me through this hallway. And I'll never forget it. It was a black nurse. She said, listen, she kind of shook me up a little bit. She said, pull yourself together. We finna roll you through this hallway, and there's some people out there. And your mama, your daddy, and you don't want them to see you like this. So when I heard my mom and my daddy was there, y'all, I can't even explain the feeling that I felt inside of me. Like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, I get to see my people one last time before I roll through this, before I leave this earth. So they rolled me through the hallway. My mama, my daddy, my sister Tamaria, and my brother JR was there. And when I seen them, y'all, I just started bawling. All I kept saying was, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. And all of them just kept saying, what you sorry for? What you sorry for? We love you. We love you. I just kept saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. Please take care of my son. Please take care of my son. And at the end of the hallway, when we get to the end of the hallway, there's an officer there. So he says, hey, can you tell us what happened? So I was like, I got shot. I got shot. So he was like, well, who were you with? So I said, I was with my cousin and I was with my best friend. And they rolled me through the hallway. So when we get in the back, they go to putting all the stuff on me, getting ready to put me to sleep. So once I realized that they're going to put me to sleep, now I'm stressing. Please don't put me to sleep. Please don't put me to sleep. I might not wake up. Just do the surgery like this. Just do the surgery like this. And that same black nurse was right there holding my hand. And she said, it's okay, baby. I'm right here. And I'm going to be right here when you wake up. I'm going to be right here. I promise. And y'all already know what I'm finna say. Tune in for part 7. Part 7, when I was set up by my best friend to be unalived and shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So I'm on the operating table. They done pumped me full of that good shit, y'all. And within seconds, I'm asleep. I'm knocked out. Meanwhile, outside, the hospital on swole, y'all. I'm talking about church on New Year's Eve swole. And if you've never been to church on New Year's Eve, first Friday at the club swole. And they got my family in a separate waiting area. But because nobody knows what happened to me, they just know that I was gunned down. You had to have a special code in order to get into this waiting area with my family. So now my family in this waiting area and they going through it. My sisters and brothers crying, my daddy boohoo crying, my mama pacing, she praying, she on her hands and knees, begging the Lord, just spare my baby life and take mine instead. So by this time, they get a call and my best friend has arrived and they want to know if it's okay for them to give him the code and send him up. So without hesitation, y'all, my mama said, yes, give him the code, send him up because that's my best friend. And when he come in the room, my mama instantly hug him. He crying, she just asking him like, what happened? Did you see anything? Where were you at? Like she want to know some details because at this point, nobody knows anything except that I was with him and my cousin. So y'all, this child of God told my people that he didn't know what happened. He didn't see what happened. All he know is that when he went inside the trailer, he heard the shots. And when he came back outside, I was gone. And while he over there talking to my mama, my daddy pulled my little sister to the side and he tell her, listen, he did this to my baby. He know what happened. I don't know why, but in my heart, I know he know what happened and I know he did it. So I'm in surgery for hours, y'all. And the surgeon come out to give my family their first update. So she tells my family that, right now we doing everything that we can to save her life. The situation is serious and she is critical. We can't make you any promises and we don't know if we would be able to save her. But if we do save her, we don't think that we would be able to save the baby. And if we save her, we don't know what her quality of life would be. So they let my family know that I'm going to need a health proxy because over the next couple of days, some important decisions are going to have to be made. And my mama and my daddy, they both stressing that they just can't do it. They couldn't make them type of decisions. So my little sister stepped up and she said, I'll do it. I got her. So the doctor go back into surgery and my family's still outside waiting. While they waiting, my sister goes around and she kind of tell everybody in my family, listen, daddy think that this nigga had something to do with it. So y'all pay attention to him, okay? And my best friend, he acting kind of weird because when he off by himself, he cool, he chilling. But anytime anybody say anything to him, this nigga go to Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, snot nose, crocodile, tear crying, y'all. I'm talking about putting on in that bitch for my people. So the doctor's fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life. My family praying for my life. And this fuck nigga ain't here putting on. So after a couple hours passed, the doctor come out and she let my family know, hey, we've done everything that we could do for her up until this point. It's really up to her whether she makes it through the night. So I'm out of surgery, but they couldn't close me up because my body wasn't strong enough to finish some of the surgeries that they had to do. So they put me in an isolation room where nobody could come inside because my stomach was still open. They let my family know, hey, you guys can go home for the night. There's nothing else that we can do here. But my mama and daddy stressing we ain't leaving. We staying. But my little sister, she leaves. And when she leaves, she don't go home. She goes straight to the police department. So when she goes to the police department, she lets them know, hey, listen, my sister best friend was involved. You guys need to look into them. And then that's when the police began investigating my best friend. So over the next couple of days, I end up having 2 more surgeries. And when I'm finished with these surgeries, I end up on a ventilator because my lungs had collapsed. So now, every day, they're trying to wean me off this ventilator. But every time they try to take me off the ventilator, I'm not breathing on my own. So after a couple of days, they go to my family and they like, hey, listen, it's about time to make one of those tough decisions that we were talking about. Because we trying to take her off this ventilator and she's not breathing on her own and she can't stay on this ventilator forever. So maybe it's time for you guys to start making some type of arrangements. And my little sister is like, hell no, we ain't doing that. We gonna give her some time to fight. Her life ain't over yet. So while all this is going on, the police have started their investigation into my friend. So now they have obtained a search warrant for my best friend's home. And when they go to serve the search warrant on my best friend's home, they find all type of shit in his house, y'all. None of it was related to my shooting, but all of it was illegal. So Buddy got booked that day. He was on his way to the county. So now my best friend is booked and everybody's shocked. But my family is still focused on my survival. So it come a time where they like, okay, we need to take her off this ventilator. We've given her some time and you guys need to make a decision. So my mama, my sister, and my daddy sit down and they decide that they're going to take me off the ventilator. And if I make it, I make it. But if I don't, then that's all God's plan. So the day that they take me off the ventilator, it's my mama, my daddy, my sisters, my brother, and my godmama in the room. So they take the tube out my throat, y'all. And when they take the tube out my throat, I go to gasping for air, like gasping. I'm pulling at the tubes, like I'm in that bitch acting crazy. So they had to sedate me. So over the next couple of days, I'm heavily sedated, y'all, because every time I come up out this sedation, I'm acting a fool. But while I'm heavily sedated, I keep asking for like pen and paper. I'm doing like this. And when they give me the pen and paper, I keep scribbling my homeboy name and the enforcer's name the best that I can on these papers. So my sister take these papers and she take them to the police department.
This is random, but you know what I just thought about? Remember when she was saying that she talked to, I forgot who she was talking to at this point. It's been so long. But she was talking about how she was on the phone with somebody or she was talking to somebody and she told them, it's like, I'm going to beat the case, remember? But you better make sure all my kids and shit taken care of. I wonder if that's what made the hit happen. Like, I wonder if that's what made them put this hit out on her for real.
I think the best friend only came to one, clear his name and to make sure that the job was done. So that's why he over here putting on a show acting like he cared. But yeah, he's getting caught regardless. And the fact that the enforcer didn't even have a mask on, they did not expect her to make it at all.
I'm so tired of hearing his fucking name considered the enforcer. I would have said his name as soon as I thought I was about to die. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm one of those. I would have been like, it's the enforcer. It was such and such, and I would have put that shit together so fast. If I'd have died, I'd have fucked the whole thing up. But this is a good lesson for you criminals out there to learn. If you're gonna do some criminal shit, make sure you go home and clear out your house. Because as soon as you get put as the suspect, boy, they going straight in your shit. And he was not ready for that because he was too busy over here trying to double check to make sure she was still alive or not, you know? But shout out to her family for not giving a damn about snitching, boy, because I don't listen. I'm bringing a whole empire down. You got to take me out. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't meant to be in the streets. I'm telling the fuck, and I think anybody who not gonna do a year in prison gonna tell. So if you sat there and said I would have did 3 years on probation, you telling too. It's okay. Just get out the streets.
I wonder if the cousin knew what was going on before she even got in the car. I know she was there to like go hit the play with her cousin, but it's like, did she know she was involved in all of this? And thank goodness she didn't get shot or anything because I think they said he was coming up on the passenger side. So that's
like, is he blind? That man has to be, the enforcer got to be fucking half blind. He got to be wearing thicker glasses than me. Because no way in hell you hit the car that many times and you ain't hit nobody but the one, like, it don't make no sense. And then, yeah, the cousin probably was just drunk or whatever the case may be. She probably wasn't paying no mind. She probably just don't know. I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt of just, trying to kick it with cuz and shit like this just happened. But yeah, that's crazy though. I would have gave up the whole place as soon as I was in the hallway. Fuck all that. I'm sorry. I'd be like, it's the enforcer. It was the enforcer. He did it. He did it. His name is Michael Blacks. I don't give a fuck what his name. I'm saying his whole name if I know it.
How is the enforcer even like still out during this time? If somebody knows that you're the enforcer and you get shit done, how are you still out there? Like,
Yeah.
we know that you eliminate people. How are you on the street right now?
I could already tell in the streets her best friend is a store runner. Like he's the dude who do all the store runs and all that shit because you couldn't pay me to be the first dude at the after. Like first of all, I brought it here, and then you want me to go to the hospital? I'm getting locked up. I would have known I'm getting locked up. I'm guilty. If I'm guilty, I know I'm guilty. Why the hell would I show up? He was he had no choice. Buddy was scared as hell. He had to show up because if the job didn't get done, he getting cooked next.
Oh man.
It had to be one of those situations.
And she's stressing, I don't know who this is, the enforcer, but you guys need to start looking into him too. So they started an investigation on the enforcer. So now, because of my scribblings, the police are requesting that the hospital come down off the sedation because they need to talk to me. Because y'all, they was pumping me full of that good shit. I was loopy. I don't remember much of that time when I was on the sedation, but I remember bits and pieces. But I was totally out of it, y'all. So when I started to come up out the sedation, I can barely talk because I've had this tube in my throat for like a week or so now. But it's me, my mama, my daddy, and my sister in the room. And one of the first questions I have when I become coherent is, did my baby make it? And they was like, yeah, your baby made it. So I'm crying at this point. I'm crying. I'm thanking God. But y'all, while I'm sitting there, I'm realizing my body feels so weird. Like, what's wrong? I can't feel my legs, y'all. Like, I totally can't feel my left leg at all. But my right leg, it's like tingling, like it's sleep. Y'all, I'm paralyzed in my left leg. I can't feel nothing at all. And I'm going to cut it right there. And y'all got to come back for part 9. And this was a 10-minute video, guys. Part 8, when my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Okay, y'all, so I want to explain something that I did not touch on in part 7. My cousin had absolutely no idea what had been going on over the last couple of weeks between my best friend, me, and my homeboy. The only thing she knew was that she was going with me to catch a play. She didn't know that it was the best friend's play or anything like that. And when we got to the hospital, the police took her and took her for questioning. So when my family reached the hospital, they did not see her at first. The first person that they saw was my best friend. That's why they had so many questions for him. And when they finished questioning my cousin, she was allowed to go in with my family. And that is when they questioned my best friend. But he told them the same thing he told my family. He went inside the trailer, he heard the shots, and when he came outside, I was gone. So I'm laying there, I'm crying. I just found out that I'm paralyzed. And I'm just boohoo crying. And my mama is like, girl, hush, you alive. That's all that matter. I'd rather you be in a chair than me have to come visit you at your gravesite every day. And I'm telling her, like, Ma, I am happy that I'm alive, but I'm paralyzed. Like, what I'm going to do without my legs? Like, how am I going to take care of my children? Like, I live a carefree lifestyle. Like, I can't be confined to a chair. So my parents and my sister, they trying to comfort me, and I'm getting worked up. So I'm like, can I get some water? Can somebody give me some water? Because I ain't had nothing to drink since before I got shot or to eat. I'm hungry. So the nurse that's in the room tell me that I can't have anything to eat or drink. So my first mind goes to, okay, I'm NPO. So I'm like, well, what procedure do I have to have now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? So she tells me that I can't have anything to drink or eat because my esophagus was bust during the shooting. One of the bullets bust my esophagus, and I have a feeding tube in my side. So I'm like, a feeding tube? Like, anybody know me know I love food. So now I can't eat either? So like I just start crying even more. So I'm like, what else is wrong with me? Like, just tell me what's going on. So the nurse go to running down all my injuries. I'm paralyzed. I can't eat or drink through my mouth. I got a feeding tube. I lost my spleen. I had damage to my liver. I had half of my stomach taken. And then she says that I lost a portion of my small intestine and my large intestine. So when she tell me that I done lost pieces of my intestines, I instantly go to flipping out. I'm like, so I got a shit bag? Like I gotta walk around with a shit bag in my purse for the rest of my life? And I don't know why she thought that that was a kiki laugh moment, but baby giggled. And she was like, no, you don't have a colostomy bag. You only lost portions of it. You're still able to function that way normally. Cause baby, I was flipping out. Like, what I supposed to have my lip gloss, my chapstick, and a shit bag in my purse for the rest of my life? It's already bad enough that I'm in this chair. So the nurse tell my family that she think it's best that they go home and let me rest for the night. So over that night, y'all, I'm stewing. I have experienced every emotion you can think of. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm depressed. Like I'm just all over the place. I couldn't sleep. So the next morning, it's maybe about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I get a knock on the door. I'm thinking that it's the doctors and the nurses and stuff like that coming in to, give me my medicines or flip me or anything like that because I can't move. Y'all, why the black nurse come walking through the door? I seen that lady, y'all, and I was so happy to see that lady. Like my smile on my face got so big. And she was like, hey baby, how you doing? And my smile turned into tears. I just started boohoo crying. I was like, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. I can't eat. Like I don't know what to do. Like I'm just boohoo crying, y'all. And of course, she got me together real quick. She was stressing, stop all that crying. What you crying for? So I was like, I'm paralyzed. Like, what I'm supposed to do? So she was like, well, do you want to walk again? And I was like, yes, of course I want to walk again. And she was like, well, you walk again. And I was like, but I'm paralyzed. And she was like, after what you just survived, how could you believe that anything was impossible? And so I was like, but the doctor said that I'm paralyzed. And she said, baby, that's a doctor. That ain't God. So she was able to calm me down, y'all. And we talked for about 15, 20 minutes. And, she explained to me that she had been coming by checking on me before, after her shift. She had her church praying for me and that she was just so happy that I had survived. So she ended up leaving. And a couple hours later, the police came to see me. So when the police came, it was 2 detectives and a uniformed officer. So they asking me like, all the questions. Do I know who shot me? What happened? Do I know why they shot me? And, I'm trying to figure out in my mind, like what all I want to tell these people because I don't want to incriminate myself. I don't want to go to jail. And I also am thinking about when I get out of this bed and when I get out this chair and when I can walk again, what I'm going to do. But in my mind, I got to think about all the pain that I done caused myself, all the pain that I done caused my family, like where I'm at in life right now because of the choices that I done made over the last couple of months. And I said, fuck it. And I told them everything, y'all. Like I didn't leave nothing out. You feel me? So when it come time for me to identify the shooter, they pull out some pictures. So they asked me, do I see the person that shot me? And I see the enforcer right there. So I point him out. Yeah, that guy right there. That's who shot me. So that's when they proceed to tell me that the enforcer had got arrested earlier that afternoon. So after my sister had took these scribblings down to the police department and they began their investigation on the enforcer, they started to piece the puzzle together. And one of the ways they began to piece the puzzle together is they checked all of our phone records and they checked where our phones were pinging. And at the time of my shooting, my phone, the enforcer's phone, and my best friend's phone all pinged off the same tower that was there at that house.
World's dumbest criminals, bro. World's dumbest fucking criminals. Dude, if I'm y'all gonna start thinking I'm a criminal way I think, because it just don't make any fucking sense. You brought your phone? Goodness. You brought your phone. You already brought yourself. The dude didn't wear a mask. It's just I feel like you wanted to get locked up. They was so for sure. Like, what was your plans with the cousin? Like, was the unalive? Like, this is serious. I know, like, this ain't even a game when you think this is like how she tell the story. It seems like a movie. It seems like something to entertain somebody. Oh wow, this is what life is. This is real. Imagine that. Like, her cousin was supposed to be gone that day. She was supposed to be gone that day. They did not think this shit through at all. Text messages saying, let's meet up. What in the hell? It's like, come lock me up, officer. I've been doing crime all my life. I'm ready to go. It's not even her fault. I'm telling too. So I'm with her with that. And all the criminals in the comment section, oh, you snitching and y'all thought you was a street snitch and thought you was with the shake. I'm telling. Yep. It got real. Got too serious for me. I'm sorry. I got to give up everybody. They just tried to kill me. Yeah, and nobody's safe in this point. You should have did the job well because you're cooked. She wasn't going to tell. Well, I don't know if she was going to tell at first, but she kind of made a hint that she was going to tell. So, you're really cooked. I would have been on the first flight out of the States or some shit. Like, no way. But they're stupid criminals. So they sat there and waited for the process to go through. Like, dumb as hell.
Yeah, I already had a feeling that the enforcer wasn't really enforcing nothing.
Right.
When y'all knocked on the gambling door and, pow two people and nobody passed away. It's like, you were literally at the door, my guy. Like,
take his title away.
And then it's like, she saw you in the car with the gat on your lap. Like, you're clearly the one that's about to handle the business. So it's like, I done seen you. I know who you're around. I know how you move around. And what happened to burner phones? Is that only in movies? Like, what? Where was the logic? And then, okay, let's say she did get unalived and the best friend's at the trailer. How was he getting home? Like, was he going to hop in the car with the enforcer?
And how was he going to explain how they were with him at one point?
And how did he arrive at the hospital? He didn't get no car. So I'm assuming the enforcer just dropped him off at the hospital, like, go make sure that's handled.
Bro, that could have actually happened. They that stupid. They are that fucking stupid, bro. Like, oh my goodness, man. That's why street niggas cannot be like suburban smart dudes, because y'all dumb as fuck. Y'all walk around with y'all name on y'all shirt damn near. And we know exactly where y'all be at. We can just call the police at any time. We can just wait for you to die. There's a lot of stuff we can just do to win. We don't really have to do much either because y'all so damn stupid, man.
His nickname is the Enforcer. So now we're thinking, so how did he get that name?
Right. Oh, little Grim Reaper over there. He didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Like,
I wonder what he does.
Right. Oh, yeah, right. What, the Enforcer. He's not a threat, though. I'll tell you that much. Anything he touched lived.
And then he touches the car handle and jiggle it. Do they not do the DNA, the little prints? Is that only in the movies? I'm just trying to understand.
I thought the window glass would have been busted by how many shots he set off, but damn, he must be shooting like boy was just shooting with his eye. He ain't want to do it.
It comes out of the bushes and somebody says, who is that? And she says, worry about yourself. And she's like, nah, that nigga over there.
Yeah.
Who is that coming out the bushes?
Who is that? Not you, him. The Enforcer. Like, the fuck? I know
it's not funny, but it's like, you're literally coming through the bushes. Like, is that not odd? What
like
time
the Undertaker or something.
Who's that guy?
Not even running.
Right there.
Not even creeping, running, nothing. He's walking out the woods.
Never seen him before.
And he pulls out the shebang. He hates his job. I don't think the Enforcer like being an enforcer. I feel like he just showed up that day because he got to live up to his name. And I could tell he wasn't trying to kill nothing. Because no way you missed that many times. You ain't even hit the other passenger. It don't even make no damn sense.
And then the homeboy that was in the front seat, they could have just took him out right there. Why are you having him explain who done told? Like, what?
Yeah, that's why I said the enforcer didn't really want to do his job, because a real enforcer would have took out everybody. The girls, the dude in the house that's so fucking stupid that he thought that plan was going to fucking work. You text her, I got to take you out too. And I got to take out your girlfriend because she clearly ain't no shit. The girl who was on the porch, who's that? It's just, all this shit was just made and done by rookies. Like, this is just stupid. Don't do crime, y'all. Stay in the house, call the police, and just stay out the streets, because it ain't for none of us, honestly. It ain't for nobody. Everybody's going to snitch.
And then it's like he showed up at the mama's restaurant, and the mama already peeping the suspicion. Like, why are you here? She calls the daughter immediately. So now you done already put the spotlight on you.
Yeah, he fucked. He was gonna be the next enforcer stop. I'm telling you, he had to be.
They also checked the phone records and they saw calls from my best friend to the enforcer, my best friend to me, my best friend to an unknown number, and from the enforcer to the unknown number. So they had these phone records that were kind of painting a picture of who was calling who right before I was shot, right after I shot, and where everybody was when those phone calls were being made. And the way they ended up arresting the enforcer is that my best friend was in jail. The enforcer had made a visitation for my best friend. So when he got to the visitation to see him, they arrested him at visitation. So they also explained to me that they felt like some more people were involved because of the unknown number that they had on the phone records. So they were going to leave this uniformed police officer there with me just in case anything happened. They also placed a uniformed police officer at my family's home and at my family's restaurant just in case until they had everybody in custody that was involved with the shooting. So later on that night, my sister came to see me. So I asked her, can I use her phone? Because I want to call my ex. Because I want to know, like, why he ain't been out there to see me. Like, I want to talk to him. Like, this my nigga at the time. So she tell me that no, I can't use her phone to call him. She banned him from the hospital. That's why he ain't been up there. So now I'm confused. Like, why would you ban my nigga from the hospital? Like, what's going on? So that's when she tell me that since I've been shot, my ex has been in the club, hanging out, partying like I wasn't in here fighting for my life. She also tells me that after I got shot, he came to my family and told them that they needed to give him my money and all my work because I would want him to have it. But my little sister ain't no fool. She ain't going for that. And after I had got shot, she had already went to my house and cleared out everything that night when she left the police department. And tune in again. Part 9 dropping soon.
I'm not gonna lie. The ex didn't do nothing wrong. First of all, you slept with another man, and then thought you put. This is what I be trying to tell women. Be thinking they getting over on men. You're not getting over on us. Oh, we had an exit plan. Did he want her to die? No. Was that in the plans? No. He was just gonna get his little cookie, mess with his little chicks on the side. But he's heartbroken. He's heartbroken. You didn't. Somebody he loved has gotten pregnant by somebody else that he did not like, and they was beefing every day. I knew that was coming. Like, what his point is, you know. Then when you get shot, he's still in the club because he never really felt how you think he felt. He really was on some, yeah. But he ain't got nothing to do with it. He ain't got nothing to do with the killing
I'm
or
starting to think
shooting.
he was the unknown caller. The way he said, "Go ahead and give me everything. This is what she would have wanted."
I
No,
mean, street games. You know what I'm saying? It's all fair in the street. There ain't no love in the streets. If you get caught or busted, somebody coming to get it. Somebody gonna come get it. You gonna give it to the feds? Huh? Because that's who gonna get it. If y'all know what you're talking about, she went to go clean out all her drugs in her house. He wanted the drugs. Yeah, we in the streets. And yeah, she was fucking around on me, and this baby might be mine, might not be mine. I don't know. But you thought you pulled one. He was not going. I'm not saying, I feel where he coming from, at least. I'm just saying.
Part 9 of when my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So a couple days go by and the police come back and pay me a visit again. They want to talk to me about the unknown number that's on the call log. So they have pretty much established that the unknown number belongs to the big homie. Y'all remember he was sitting in the front seat the day that they put me in the host seat and my homeboy was in the car. But when they go and talk to my best friend and the enforcer, neither one of them will tell them that that is who the number belongs to. And when they did the research with the number was nowhere near the trailer at the time of my shooting. So because all of this, they cannot connect him to my shooting and they cannot make an arrest. So he just roaming around free, y'all. So they just want to make me aware that they're doing everything that they can to connect this other person to my shooting. But until they get some more evidence, they won't be able to make an arrest. So after talking with the detectives over the next couple of days, I end up having an ultrasound. And that's when I find out that I'm having a girl. So when one of my homegirls come to see me, I ask her, can I use her phone? So I reach out to my ex because I done told him that this is his baby. So I reach out to him to tell him that I'm having a girl. But we end up getting into a big, big, big argument, y'all, about all the things that he had been doing while I was in the hospital. So when my little sister and my parents find out that I done reached out to my ex and we done got into such a big argument, they stop everybody from coming to see me. Because at this point, they don't trust anybody. So the doctors end up coming to me and they're like, hey, we have a new drug that's on the market, gabapentin, and we would like to give you this drug because we feel like it would help you with the paralysis in your legs. So I'm like, hell yeah, give me anything. I don't care what it is. Give me anything as long as I can walk again, y'all. So I start on the medication, and after maybe like a week or so, I start getting the feeling back in my right leg. It don't feel as sleep anymore. But my left leg is still dead, y'all. I can't really feel anything. So around Thanksgiving time, the hospital that I was in originally felt like I was well enough to go home. So I end up going home maybe about 3 days after Thanksgiving. And I wasn't home 24 hours, y'all, before I ended up collapsing and I had to be rushed back. But I end up at Tampa General Hospital in Tampa now. So now I'm back in the hospital. And I ended up being in the hospital for 4 months, from October to February. And while I was in the hospital, because I was on so many different medications, I ended up getting C. diff. And with C. diff, it affects your bowels. You can't really use the bathroom. I felt like I was constipated all the time and I couldn't get nothing out. So one day they end up giving me a laxative. So a little while after they gave me this laxative, I started getting real bad cramps and pain in my stomach. So I keep calling the nurse, telling the nurse, hey, I think I'm in labor. And she keep telling me, you not in labor. That's just the laxative working. You got a lot of buildup. And when it passed through you, it's going to hurt. So I'm laying there and I'm in pain for hours. Like I'm going through it, y'all. I can't get up out this bed and I'm in so much pain. So later on that night, my sister come to see me and I'm telling her like, hey, I feel like I'm in labor. I done called the nurse in here 3, 4, 5 times and she not listening to me. And when I told my sister that, y'all, she showed her natural ass. When I tell you she cussed that nurse out so good, baby, she cussed her and called her everything but the child of God. So that made them bring a labor and delivery nurse in and they checked me. And y'all, I had been in labor for hours. I was already dilated. So now they go to panicking. They go to calling labor delivery, getting doctors on the line. Somebody got to come down here and get me and check me because I am about 4 months early from giving birth. And when they get me in the back and they check me, the umbilical cord is wrapped around my daughter's throat and she's not getting any oxygen. So now they have to rush me into emergency surgery. And because I had been cut up and down for my injuries, I could not have a traditional C-section. I had to be cut straight up and down in order for them to get the baby out of me. So they end up doing the surgery and taking my baby out. But when they went in to do the surgery and take her out, they saw that more of my large intestine was damaged. So they had to remove more of my large intestine. I had to have a surgery. So I ended up in recovery after I had my baby and I could not see her. So it was maybe about a week or so before I got to see my baby. So they put me in the wheelchair and they rolled me down to see her. And when they roll me in the room, y'all, I'm overcome with so much emotion because my baby was so small, like she could fit in the palm of my hand. So while I'm looking at her, I'm checking her out. I'm like, okay, she got 10 toes. And when I get to her hands, my baby got 12 fingers, y'all. She got an extra digit on each hand. And when I seen the extra digit, y'all, I knew who baby that was because my son was born with 12 fingers and my baby daddy was born with 12 fingers. So y'all, the baby ended up being my baby daddy's baby. So after I had my baby, they were able to start me on certain medications that I could not take while I was pregnant. And because I was taking these medications, I could not breastfeed my baby. And we are a breastfeeding family. But y'all, my little sister saved the day again. While I was in the hospital and all this was going on, my little sister was pregnant too, y'all. And she had just had her baby. So she started pumping extra milk and she breastfed my baby. So now maybe about 2 weeks go by. My sister, she pumping every day, sending her milk to the hospital. I'm rolling down there every day seeing my baby. My mama and daddy coming to the hospital every day to see me. And on February 17th, y'all, they finally released me from the hospital. So I was in the hospital from October 30th to February 17th. My baby ended up having to stay in the NICU for about 3 months after I had her. So when I first get home, y'all, I'm so happy. Like things, they finally making a turn for the better. My baby's doing good. I'm doing good. But all that was short lived, y'all. Maybe a week or so after I get home from the hospital, my family sit me down and they explained to me that while I was in the hospital, my mother has found out that she has cancer. So over the course of the next year, my daughter has been released from the hospital and my mama fighting her cancer. So I'm rehabbing like crazy, y'all. I got to get out of this chair. So now I'm up and I'm walking and I'm moving around. And my mama, she's so weak and fragile from fighting this cancer that she can't work. So our family business is struggling. So in my mind, the only thing I know to do is get back outside with the movers and the shakers, y'all. Because I got to provide. So I go to one of my homeboys and I let him know, hey, I got to get back on. Tie me up.
Yeah, she just lost me with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on her side with everything she just said and did, but how you gonna snitch then go back out to in the streets? Is it not serious? Like, I don't know, man. If I get shot 5 times, I'm gonna think that it can happen again. Because you gotta understand, you locked up the people who did it, but you ain't lock up their family. You ain't lock up people who love them. And what about their organization? Is it just a 1-man, 2-man organization, or because the real enforcer is free? You know that, right? The one who set up the play, the one who wanted to get you taken out the game, the one that y'all was running in the same clique. That dude's free. He's the real enforcer. The dude who he couldn't get, I forgot what his name is in his story time, but the one who was pretty much organizing everything, he was over everybody. That guy who was sitting in the passenger seat or in the driver's seat, he gonna get you. He for sure. Like, so I don't understand. You lost me with that. Okay. I'm with you in the tail and go ahead, tail. Get yourself out of that. They should never put you in it anyways. But then you go back in it? Oh hell no. You worse than you worse than what's his man? Fuck, you just the worst ever. Ain't nothing worse than somebody out selling drugs and talent at the same time.
With everything going on, though, you have to kind of stick to what you know. She's like, everything's going on, or she needs some money quick. If you knew how to make some money real quick, granted, your life is at risk. But at this point, she probably feel like, what I got to lose? She got her mom sick. She trying to look out for her family and do what she knows best.
I thought she was about to go say, I'm going to help run the business. She already got a way of making money. Your family got a business. Huh? Like, I'm confused. She said, my mom's business is going out of business. Let me go get some more drugs and sell more drugs. Like, what the hell? No, that wasn't the method. What the hell are we talking about? It's different if you out here and you fucked up. You broke. You don't have no source of income. Then you go back to, I guess, whatever you know to do. But it's like, your mama got a business. Just go move and shake them damn dishes.
But you got to think she's still in a wheelchair.
She can't. What kind
There's
of?
only so much.
So she rolling up in a wheelchair. Here's some drugs. Like, I'm robbing you. I'm robbing a wheelchair person who's selling drugs, and I'm a civilian. So imagine if I'm a criminal who just looking. Oh my goodness, it's an easy target. Here's one of the movers and shakers. She's coming and moving and shaking. Like, go move and shake some dishes. Go move and shake some. Like, your mama ran the business. Go move and go run the employees or something. All you gotta do is show up for her. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? It's a business, right?
She probably just already has too much going on. A new baby. Like, let's be realistic. Once you have a baby, you're not going back to work immediately. So imagine having the circumstances she has going on right now. Like, easier said than done. You can't just go to work. I mean,
she did it with the first baby. I hate to be the one to point it out. She got a 5-year-old. She was moving and shaking with a 5-year-old. I'm okay. Like, are you a criminal? Let's know, honey. Are you a criminal? What you been doing? What's your past like? I ain't never did no background check on her. We gonna have to get her check because what she talking about? She ain't even from that. She talking about sometimes you gotta do it. She ain't never did that. The hell, she ain't never been in no situation like that. The hell,
See,
I
that's why there
have.
be too many people doing this. That's why you can't tell people what you really own.
See, that's what I'm saying. We gotta do some background checks on people, man, because Sonny might be a whole fucking criminal. The way she defending this.
And no one will ever know.
Oh.
So he give me what I need, and I'm back outside with it, y'all. But word get around that I'm back outside. And if y'all remember, they never made an arrest on Big Homie. So now he outside and I'm outside. So stay tuned for part 10. Part 10, where my best friend set me up to be unalive and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So now I'm back outside and I'm getting to the money. But while I'm outside, we are awaiting the trial. So I got to be very careful not to catch no charges or to do nothing crazy because the defense gonna use that against me. And y'all, these niggas got bold, y'all. They started sending people at me to keep me from testifying. And it was never the big homie or the enforcer themselves. It was always people that I knew, y'all. First, it started with phone calls. Like I got a phone call from one of my homeboys that was in jail one day, and he's stressing, I need to holler at you. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? So he's stressing, hey, I'm in here with the enforcer, and he just wants you to know that he not the one that shot you. So my first question to him is, why the fuck is you calling me with this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I saw who shot me. How you gonna tell me that this man didn't shoot me when I saw who shot me? So another time, I'm in the hood playing cards one day, and one of my plays pull up on me. And when he pull up on me, I go get in the car to handle some business. So when I get in the car, he go to stressing, listen, I ain't trying to be in the middle of nothing, but the enforcer wanted me to let you know that he ain't the one that shot you. So now I'm getting blowed. Like, what the fuck going on?
This is why I say she do not have really good survival skills. She is just highly favored by God. God Himself is protecting you because that's the you should never supposed to. If some they gonna kill, they were supposed to kill her. I'm not gonna lie to you. They were supposed to take your life. Everybody's actively in the streets. I told you, there's people out there that didn't get locked up are coming to you saying that that's God. You don't even supposed to be outside. You're supposed to be running. That means that eventually, if this don't work, what do you think they're going to do next? If this don't eventually work, we can't get her from stop. I would at least lie and say, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm tripping. You're right. It wasn't him. Knowing damn well it was him because this is what survival skills look like when you got to, when you trying to live to be 100. You kind of play along with the bullshit and then you go testify. The fuck? Like, what do you mean? Why would I tell you to your face? No, I saw him. Bam, who taught you the streets?
I think it's just time to reevaluate the whole circle. Your best friend setting you up. You got people in the cell trying to vouch for people that are also in jail with them. Yeah, I would just stop answering the phone. And then I'm trying to figure out what was the whole point of the police standing in front of your home, your family's home, just for you to be outside unprotected.
Man, you're not using my taxes for this shit. She running outside on her own.
Yeah.
Huh? No, you should know to stay in the house, man. I'm happy they wasn't still heavily protecting this. What the hell? No, I love her. She's a good person. Don't get me wrong. She sounds like a funny person. I'm happy she made it through all of this. It's just some things, like, you kind of get yourself into this stuff. You can't blame God when you take 5 bullets, when you know you the reason, when you went out there knowing what was about to come with this. Like, women, just like I say, I do it for the aesthetics. They don't realize that this can be dangerous. If I got a snitch, you pretty much got a snitch jacket on, and you thinking ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. And then you out here still in the streets with a whole open case against an organization of people. Am I seeing it wrong? I'm confused.
I mean, the enforcer's taking himself down. You're not even supposed to be in contact in any way. He was not supposed to be in contact in any way with her. And he's over here having people on jail calls that are recorded.
They criminals. They don't give a damn.
Just spoke to him, and he just wanted me to tell you that like, he's not even supposed to be in contact with
That's a threat. That's what I'm saying. Like, them keep coming to you telling you that, he don't want you to he ain't do it. That's a threat. That's a watered down threat. That's like you're not catching the hint. You're not clocking it. Okay, you're not clocking what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you if you don't shut the fuck up, we're gonna take your life.
And then they know where to catch you. You're just getting in the van with people that are associated with him. They know your whereabouts.
Okay, listen, if you've made it this far in the story time, we got 2 more parts, all right? 2 more parts to knock out. This story took a month to finish, but I don't blame you. This is traumatic. The way she's telling it, you would think this was a lie. Like this is a power, like this is the movie Power or Snowfall or something, but this is her real life. This is crazy to me. The decision she made in real time after knowing those movies existed is crazy.
When the phone calls and the running down on me didn't work, they started shooting money at me, y'all. A couple of his relatives reached out to me, and the first time they offered me $5,000. Then they offered me $10,000. Then they offered me $15,000 for me not to testify. So one day I'm going to get some work. So I go to my plug house. I pull up, I get out, and I go in through the garage. And when I go through the garage, he let the garage down on me, and we chopping it up as usual. And the next thing I know, the door open. And when I look up, the enforcer's nephew is walking through the door. So I'm looking like, what the fuck? I instantly go to reaching down in my purse because everybody know I keep that thing on me. So the first thing he go to stressing is, Red, I ain't here to do nothing to you. Me and you all right. Because me and him have always been all right. So I'm like, well, what the fuck you doing here then? What's up? Like, what is this? So he want to know what it's going to take, how much it's going to cost for me not to get on the stand. So now I'm looking at this nigga stupid. I'm looking at both of them stupid. Because what the fuck? Like I told him, why the fuck would I not get on the stand? Y'all don't seem to understand that I saw who shot me. I know who shot me. My child is disabled because he shot me. He almost took my life. There is no amount of money in the world that is going to keep me from getting on that stand. So when I leave there that day, I'm blown. I'm telling myself, you got to slow down a little bit. You got to take a step back. So I go to my baby daddy because I done already let him know that this is his baby. And I'm stressing, listen, I got to chill. These niggas keep shooting at me. They keep sending people towards me. I got to lay low. So I need your help. I can't hustle like I've been hustling. So my baby daddy helping me out and things is all cool at first. But one day, me and him get into an argument. I can't even remember what the argument about, y'all. It was so small, but it turned into something so big. And y'all, this nigga fucked around and said, if you keep talking, I'm gonna tell them niggas where the fuck you stay at. What? Oh, fuck, nigga, I can't trust you neither. So y'all, now I'm blowed. My head spinning. I don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is my mama is getting sicker. She's losing her battle with cancer. And I got to get me some money. So me and these bad decisions, y'all. So I know I can't really get money in my hood like I normally be getting money. And I can't trust my baby daddy no more. So I got to get back outside. And that caused me to go to getting money in places that I ain't got no business getting money in. And y'all, I fucked around and caught a charge. I went to jail. So while I'm in jail, the state attorney come to see me, and she hot. She giving it to my ass, y'all. She stressing, don't you know they gonna use all this against you? So she telling me when I get out of jail that I gotta chill. I can't get back in no more trouble. I gotta stay out the streets. But I really ain't trying to hear none of that, y'all. My baby disabled. My mama dying. I can barely walk. I can barely eat. I can't trust nobody around me. And I'm going broke. Like, what do you want me to do? So when I got out of jail, y'all, I went right back to my block. I'm in crash out mode now. Ain't nobody telling me what I can do. Ain't nobody finna run me off my block. I'm through the city with it every fucking day. So one day, I'm riding through the city. And I keep checking my rear view. And I feel like this car following me. So I hit a couple turns. The car hit a couple turns too. I hit a couple more turns. Car hit a couple more turns too. So I'm like, damn, is this car following me? So I hit it. Boom. I'm sliding. I look back and the car's still behind me. So I head straight to my cousin's house. I jump out the car, I go around the front of the car and I get on the side of the car and I kind of lean down a little bit. And when the car come passing by, I stand up and I look inside the car and it's the big homie in the fucking car. This nigga following me. So maybe like 2-3 weeks go by. I'm like real cautious now. I'm in my rear view every day. Like I'm really paying attention to what's going on around me. And my homegirl hit me up one day and she like, hey, can you give me a ride to the jail? I need to go see my baby daddy. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I got you. So while we on our way to the jail to see her baby daddy, something inside me say, go see that fuck nigga. So I made a visitation to go see my best friend. And I go in and I sit down and it's a virtual visitation, like on a computer screen. So I'm sitting there like 5-10 minutes. Like he took forever to come to the screen. I know he was kind of like surprised or maybe shook. Like, damn, what the fuck she doing here? So when he finally come in and he sit down, the first thing I say to him is, you got something you want to say to me? And the first thing that nigga say is, I'm sorry. So I'm stressing, what the fuck you mean you sorry? Like I could have died. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? How could you let something like that happen to me? So he on some, I didn't know it was finna happen. The same thing he was stressing about me being in the backseat of that car. I didn't know it was finna happen. I didn't know till after the fact. I would never do anything like that to you. So this time, I'm calling bullshit. Fuck nigga, you a liar. You a bitch ass nigga. I'm spazzing. Like I'm going off. Like I'm so angry, y'all. I just let every bit of emotion that I had been feeling since I got shot, I just laid it all out right there in front of him. Like I went the fuck off. So I leave visitation. I feel a little better. But shit still fucked up for me, y'all. And a couple weeks later, I'm through the city and I pull over at the racetrack. And when I pull over at the racetrack, I'm pumping my gas. And while I'm pumping my gas, I look towards the door of the racetrack. And it's the same car that had been following me a couple weeks before. But while I'm looking, the big homie get out of his car. So then he get out of the car and he walk to the back of his car and he go to leaning on the car like this. So I go to leaning on my car like this. So he looking at me, I'm looking at him. And I'm like, what's up? What we gonna do? And y'all, this nigga laughed, got in his car, and drove off. So when I left the store that day, I said, something gotta give. I gotta make a change. I got too much at stake here, and shit is getting ugly. So I left the streets, I got a job, and I enrolled in school. And now I'm out the way. So now I'm out the way, I'm doing good, I'm sticking to the script.
See what I mean? You talking about some, oh, you gotta go back to what you know. Why she could have been got a job. She could have been went to school. Why the hell did she go back to the streets? This is not a street person. She didn't have no damn records before this. She just went to jail. She could have got a job and went to school and she had a place. So it's like, I don't think, like, people don't realize, like, it's so many more options for a lot of you. You act like y'all just been in the streets your whole life. Some of y'all jumped off the porch as grown ass adults. And she probably was one of them, no offense. You know, but you get all your street credibility supposed to be taken away once you start telling anyway. So I don't think I'm about to be over here about, oh yeah, you a real. No, you're not. You're a civilian that got in the streets at an old age. No offense, you could have been young, but old to the streets is like in your 20s or some shit like that, and you just now jumping off the porch. You know, this is why you stay out of it. This is like a little game to her. She's playing, but these people obviously wanted to take her life. And the big homie's free. I'm surprised she ain't even told the police that he's like she didn't get some type of restraining order or something. I don't know. Why are we still playing by street rules and politics when you're telling?
Yeah, they said they couldn't find none on the big homie. They just said both of the people called.
That's why he the big homie.
They couldn't tie him into it at all.
He's the only one who's playing the street shit right out of everybody. They don't have no proof that he did any of that, and that's exactly why. In the streets, the smarter one typically controls the dumber ones, right? And the dumber ones, like the enforcer's the dumbest of the group, the stupidest of the group. He believes that he's the, he finds value because the big homie probably like, you're a good man, you do good things, we understand the work you put in. He loves that feeling of just feeling like I deserve something. That's why I say he's the dumbest in the group, because he's just going off of pure fucking good jobs. Like, what a jackass. And then the rest of y'all are kind of slow because y'all can't even. Y'all all are foot into the shit. The dude, big homie, probably ain't got to touch nothing. Y'all bring all the money to him. He gets to work to you, and he never hands you the work. That's the smartest one in the group in the streets. The rest of y'all need to get the hell out the streets. Because most of the time, the big homies be snitches too. And that's what they don't know either. Is the big homie be snitching. That's how he able to do all this shit. The police been know he was the one doing it. But they're not going to do shit because they probably trying to build a Fed case on him. Or he's a snitch. So all y'all snitching. So I'm telling. I don't give a fuck. You put me in a situation with a dumbass that don't know how to do a drill, and I'm the one to take. Yeah, and it sounds like a dude in prison who's apologizing about to tell too. How much you want to bet he gonna tell? Or if he ain't told, he gonna tell. How the fuck you apologizing for? We're not. No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I would do if I was in the streets like this. Like, why the fuck would I admit it? Like, I don't know. Maybe he was just desperate. Maybe he was just looking for a way out. Maybe if I tell her I'm sorry, then she'll drop the case because everything else ain't working. I'm surprised she made it to part 12. Honestly, if I didn't know it was a part 12, I think she died in part 10. You know, I'm like, oh shit, she's gone. When the way she was taking to drop them other parts, I thought she was gone. Thought they came and finished the damn job.
Oh, well, I mean, she thought she got the small fry out of the way. All those people had went to prison, but what she didn't know is that the big homie was still on the lookout for her. And once he started following her around and leaned on that truck at the trunk of his car, she knew it was about to get real. No telling what was in his trunk. So
that's what gave it away. That's why I said survival skills of a fucking
once
banana.
Once you realize, like, okay, we got the low, I can find you anywhere.
That's what gave it away.
This is the moment right here, yeah, real fatal. It's like he looked at you and he basically was like, "She like what you want to do." He looking like we can do it here right now.
That's why I say women do this shit for the aesthetics. As soon as I would have told the police who it was, I knew my life is in jeopardy. And the man came up here to make sure the job was done. And that's we are going to get. You didn't understand that it was serious until the enforcer leaned on the car.
Not the enforcer.
The big homie, whatever the fuck. He's the real enforcer to me. I'm going to be real with you. So I'm going to call him the damn enforcer sometimes throughout this story time. He's the real enforcer.
He the only one that had the unknown number. Like, he knew how to play the game. Everybody else is like, let me just call you on my regular phone. Oh, yeah, it's the enforcer.
Shit is
Check
stupid.
the contacts.
She should have known this shit was serious. I would have never went back to the streets. You got everybody approaching you. That wasn't a giveaway? What are you doing here? Yeah, I'm his brother.
When she said, yeah, it's nothing y'all can do, no amount of money, the only thing that crossed her mind was fatality.
Yes, that's what I could have thought. I thought she was going to die right there. Like, you just lost. Girl, you don't know how to survive. There's nothing you can say or do that will make me stop this testifying. Got it. I'm going to go on about my day now. Because they don't want to play in the streets.
There was nothing else we could do.
Like, yeah, she says nothing else you can do, big homie. You might have to just take her ass out the game. No offense. I know this is serious shit, but damn, don't take notes like this, y'all. Just play dumb. Act like you at least going to, and get up out of town. Don't be slow enough to be in the city talking about ain't nobody gonna run me off. You're a girl. I'm not trying to be funny. You're just a girl. Just remember that. In these streets, them bullets don't got no name on it. They hit you 5 times while you were pregnant. You think they give a damn. You were following the same code of conduct as all of us out here. It never made sense to me. That's why I never did it. What the fuck you mean? I'll be having a good day and I just gotta go ruin it because my homie want to go run up on some niggas on the block and we supposed to do something about this. Like, nigga, I'm about to go home. I don't got nothing to do with that. I gotta work. All right, yup. Go get a job, go to school. We could have been did that shit.
And then the next thing I know, my world come crashing down, y'all. I'm on my way to school and I get a phone call and my mama done died. And y'all gotta come back for part 11. Part 11, when I was set up by my best friend to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So after my mom passed away, I was overcome by grief. I was managing a lot of emotions. It's grief, it's guilt, it's anger, and they're all directed inward towards myself. You know, I'm thinking about all the things that I put my mom through, all the expectations that she had of me that I let her down. I'm thinking about all the time that I missed with her while I was outside, all the family functions I didn't attend, like just everything, you know. And during this time, I'm also dealing with my daughter's disability. She was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and epilepsy. So she could not walk. She could not talk, and she was eating through a feeding tube in her side, and she was also having reoccurring seizures. So because of all this, I was spending a lot of time in the hospital, and I just became very depressed. Like I was battling a major depression. So I began to shut myself off from the world and self-medicate. I was drinking, I was smoking, I was prescriptioning. Like, I just wanted to be numb. I didn't want to feel and I didn't want to heal. Like, I was stuck in this terrible, terrible place. During all this, there were times that I felt like I just didn't want to be here. Like, why did you even save me? Like, is this what you saved me for, God? Like, what am I doing? It's just, life is nothing and nowhere that it should be. Like, this isn't what my life was supposed to be. This isn't what I had planned for myself. So I end up quitting school, quitting my job, and y'all know, I went back outside. And I started to depend heavily on my kids' godmom and members of my family to take care of my children. And even though I am drowning in this grief, I want to make it clear that I still was a present mom. Like, I thought about all the time that I missed with my mom, and I did not want to miss that time with my children. So I was there for any type of functions or, things at the school or doctor's visits and things like this. But I was also an intoxicated mom. And even though I thought that I was doing a good thing by being present, even though I'm intoxicated, I still was causing harm to my children and the people around me because the state of mind that I was in while I was at any of these things. And so what ended up being a turning point for me in this situation is my kids' godmom came to me and she was like, hey, I'm getting ready to move away. You're going to have to start taking more responsibility with your children. And so she moved. And in the beginning, I'm thinking, I can handle this. Like, it's taking care of kids. I've been taking care of kids for a long time. But I'm trying to take care of my children, and I'm still very much depressed and intoxicated. So then there came a time where I had been up for a couple days, running the streets, dropping my kids off at this sister house, that sister house. And I picked my kids up, and by the time we got home, I'm coming down and I'm exhausted. So I lay down to go to sleep, and I ended up sleeping for the whole day, like hours, y'all. And when I woke up, my son had been trying to take care of my daughter. He was trying to feed her. He was trying to change her diapers. He was trying to give her medication. And at that point, I realized that I was failing as a mother. And at that point, I realized that I know my mom was definitely not happy with how I was living and what I was doing. So when I looked myself in the mirror that day, I could not look myself in the mirror. And I knew then that it was time for me to pull myself together and to make a change. So I decided that I was going to get help, and I began therapy. And that's when I began writing music and trying to find an outlet for all the different feelings and emotions that I was having. And during this healing process, I received a call from the state attorney that they were ready to go to trial. So during the preparation for trial, they brought me in a couple times and, they went over some questions and some things that would be addressed during the trial. And when the trial begins, the first couple of days of trial, they bring in the experts, the telephone people that, explained all of the telephone calls, the pinging, and different things like that. They brought in the officers, they brought in forensic experts, and after that, then it became time for the witnesses to testify. So the people that were standing outside of my car that night, they refused to testify. They did not show up for court at all. And then they called my cousin to testify. And she came and she testified to everything that happened from the time we left the house to when we got to the hospital. But in the end, she could not identify the shooter. And the next witness was my best friend, y'all. I was a little surprised that he was testifying. I was all ears. But when he testified that he did not know about the shooting until after it happened. He testified that a few days later, after the shooting, him and the enforcer had a conversation, and the enforcer told him he was the one that had shot me. And when he asked the enforcer why he shot me, the enforcer told him that the big homie was the one that wanted him to shoot me. He said that him and the big homie were at the casino gambling, and he had lost like $3,000 or $4,000 that he borrowed from the big homie. So the big homie told him in order to pay that money back, he needed him to take me out. So when he asked the enforcer, why did the big homie want me taken out? He said that the big homie told him that I had robbed them for some work and some money, and that he wanted him to take me out because I had robbed them. He also testified that he had never spoken to the big homie about this, that the only person that had told him this was the enforcer. So even though he testified, it was more on the grounds of hearsay. He heard all of this third party. It was nothing that he had ever witnessed himself. And y'all, if y'all could have seen my face in the courtroom that day when this child of God got on the stand and said that, my goodness. I knew the state had prepared me that they were going to drag my name through the mud, but they did not prepare me for this. I was so flabbergasted, y'all. I could not believe it because I'm thinking in my mind, what do I need to rob any of y'all for? I got more money than most of y'all. Like, it just was one blow after another, y'all. And after my best friend testified, they decided to adjourn court that day because they wanted to have a whole day for me to testify. So you guys are going to have to stay tuned for the season finale for my day in court and the outcome of everything in this situation. Part 12, when my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So when I leave the courtroom that day that my best friend testified, I'm livid, y'all. I'm so mad you could see the smoke coming out of my ears. So I go straight to the state attorney. And I'm like, did you know that he was going to say that when you put him on the stand? This lady looked me right in my face and said, yes, I did. So now I'm confused. I'm stressing, how could you put him on the stand knowing that he was going to say that? And how could you not tell me that that is what he was going to say? So that's when she tells me that they needed a motive to go to trial. And even though I had told her about everything that happened at the gambling house, my best friend would not confirm that story. Because if he did, it would implicate him in another crime. And when he came forward to testify, this is the motive that he gave them. And she didn't tell me because she knew how I would react. So that shit right there made me angry. So now I want to know, when is my best friend going to go to trial? Y'all, this lady said that they would not be pressing any charges against my best friend for anything related to my shooting. I couldn't believe it. What you mean you not pressing any charges? So because I was the only one that could identify the shooter and the only one that came forward, they needed his testimony. And because they needed his testimony, they chose not to press any charges against him. So I'm telling her, that's not good enough. So he just gets to walk free for what he did to me. And I'm also stressing, what more do you need than my testimony? Like, I am the person that was shot, and I am telling you who shot me. What better witness is there? And she on some, he's not walking free. He's serving 10 years for the things that they found in his house when they came and served the search warrant. She looked me in my face and said, sometime is better than no time. We just have to take what we can get. I couldn't even say nothing, y'all. I just turned and walked away. I was so fucking mad. So I'm coming back the next day to testify, and I'm always having to manage my emotions. So I'm angry, I'm confused, I'm nervous, I'm anxious. Like, I'm just ready to have the opportunity to speak my truth. And when I take the stand, at first, everything is cool, calm, and collected. The prosecutor is questioning me and she's asking me all the things. What happened? Who shot you? Do you see him here today? You know, the regular rigmarole. So then it becomes the defense's turn to question me. And at first, the lawyer was real smooth. He apologized to me for what I had been through and what my child had been through, what my family went through, blah, blah, blah. And baby, that man went from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye. First, he brought up my street life and how I was living. He painted me as this out of control, unstable street person that would do anything for $1. Then he asked me, do you know what a lie is? So I said, yes, I know what a lie is. And then he asked me, have you ever told a lie? Now, I would be a liar if I sat here and said, no, I've never told a lie. So I said, yes, I have. So then he said, are you lying now? And I said, no, I'm not lying now. Why would I want the person that shot me to go free? If I'm lying on your client, then that means the person that shot me is still out there. So then he asked, have you ever lied about the paternity of any of your children? What the fuck? So my response was, I don't understand what that has to do with the reason why we're here today. And he said, we're just trying to get a feel of your character. My character? Baby. So then this man says, have you ever unalived anyone? Y'all, my insides started boiling because I already know where he's headed with this. You feel me? So I held my head high and I looked him right in his face and I said, yes, I have. So he said, are we speaking on the incident that happened a few years prior with the young man that you were dating at the time? And I said, yes, I am. Because a couple years before this, I was a victim of domestic violence. I was in an abusive relationship. And one day, my boyfriend at the time attacked me and stabbed me. And during that attack, he ended up losing his life. So he said, how do you know that it was not his family seeking revenge? How do you know that they are not the ones that shot you? And I looked at him and I said, because I saw who shot me. And it was your client, the enforcer, who shot me. When I tell y'all the person that I had become over the last couple of years was put to the test that day when I was on the stand, this man dragged my name through the mud and tried to push every button I had, y'all. When I got off the stand that day, I felt terrible on the inside. Here I am, a victim of a heinous crime. And I'm here. I'm being vulnerable. I'm speaking my truth. I'm seeking justice for something that was done to me. And I get on the stand and I'm victimized all over again. And that day, I fully understood why many women who are victims of abuse don't come forward. We're never believed. We always have to prove that it is something that we did not deserve. So after I testified, they informed us that the enforcer would not be taking the stand in his own defense. So now it is time for jury deliberations. So the jury is out deliberating, and I am all over the place. A part of me is feeling all of these terrible emotions, but another part of me is kind of relieved because I'm like, okay, this is finally over. I can finally move forward with the next chapter of my life. So we come back in from jury deliberations, and I got my head down and I'm praying. I'm talking to my mama and I'm listening. And the next thing that I hear is the jury could not come to a decision. We have a hung jury, y'all. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I got up and I walked out the courtroom and I waited for the state attorney. And when she came out there, baby, I was ready to give her a piece of my mind. So she's stressing, calm down. We're going to get him. We're going back to trial. Not only is he going back to trial for this, he's about to go to trial because a few years before he tried to unalive me, he unalived someone else, and a witness has come forward. Just trust me. And baby, I don't trust you. Look at what you just put me through. There's no way that I trust you. So I leave the courtroom that day. I'm broken. I'm defeated. I'm deflated. But I got to pick up and I got to keep moving. So life goes on. Some time passed and I end up getting a call from the state attorney. And I'm expecting her to call me to tell me that we're about to go to trial. So she says, I have some good news and I have some bad news. So I'm like, what's up? And she says, we're going to offer him a deal. A deal? What you mean you're going to offer him a deal? She says that there was an incident at the jail where another prisoner tried to take a guard's life, and the enforcer stepped in and saved the guard's life. And because of that, they would be offering him a deal of 12 years. Y'all, I snapped. My daughter can't wake up in 12 years and say, I don't want to be disabled no more. I can't wake up in 12 years and erase everything that has happened to me over the last few years. I can't wake up in 12 years and have my mama back. And she basically said that there was nothing that they could do, that they had already offered him the deal. She was just giving me a courtesy call to let me know how the case had ended. So then I asked about the big homie, and she said they would not be pressing charges against him either because the enforcer refused to say that he was involved. So my best friend got 10 years, the enforcer got 12 years, the big homie was never arrested, and the justice system failed me and my family. And that is the story of how my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. I want to thank everybody for their love and support. It really meant a lot to me for you guys to go with me on this journey.
Well, damn. So the dude is still free. Man, you better hope you. I hope you. This story. Listen, you can tell stories however you want to tell the story, but damn, if it's a real story, and this is definitely real. I went through her profile. I've seen all the photos. I hope you got some protection. I really do hope you got some protection. At the end of the day, this is not funny. This is real life. This is scary. You just came out against some people who may not like that, and these people will be free very soon. And I don't know, most of these times, like 10, 12 years, I know it's like a lot of time for some of y'all, but in most of these states, you can get out of it by doing 80% of your time. So a lot of the 10 years might be out in 8, 7 with good time. Like, you'll be out before, you can think of some shit to do or even possibly even move. It's just crazy that the person who's running the show, who's put all this together, that they are even afraid to say his name in prison. I would be afraid to do a story time on him. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I wouldn't even but it is your story at the end of the day. It can't convict him because the case is closed. It's just, I don't know, man. I just wouldn't. I probably would have. Now I see why this story was so big. I was wondering why everybody kept giving such great reviews about the story. I never even got to watch it until now. I've been waiting until this last part right here to even show the story and do it. So we all just watched this live like we always do. So I didn't know how this was going to end. But wow, And I do want to say that, sorry, we apologize for, the situation with your mom. That's very unfortunate. That was probably the most heartbreaking part of the whole story, other than the fact, ending a little girl having the conditions that she had, all of those things is very heartbreaking. I do respect her a lot. A lot of these story times where we get women who are just bad mothers and they just don't understand it, they don't really take accountability for it. I can't respect that at all because of what I've been through in my life. It just won't allow me to even put on a fucking a front for it. But the fact that she was able to take accountability for not being there for her child and feeling like just the realization, we got to watch her go through the moment. I'm not saying you have to live your life perfectly and be there for your kids. Sometimes we will mess up. We will make mistakes. And her mistakes are big. They're big mistakes that could have cost her her life, her daughter her life, her child his life. The boy that she had, the 5-year-old boy at the time, it could have cost him having a mother. It could have changed a lot of her decisions, could have made a lot of people's lives very difficult, a 360 turn. So I respect her for being vulnerable enough because that's what makes the stories real to us. That's what makes the story real. And when you show that vulnerability and that accountability when it comes to like what you've done wrong in this story, that's what makes it more believable to me. Like, oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, now I can see why he did this and why you did that. And I get it, so shout out to her because this is probably one of the best story times we've heard all year. Like, this got to be like one of our best story times I've ever heard. Definitely top 5, I would say, for sure. So thank you guys for sending us this review. And, we've been tracking it already for like a month. We were just waiting. Y'all know how we do. We wait till the whole story is done before we can get to reviewing the story. Because what's the point of having part, I think, 9, 10 in most of these story times I've seen on YouTube? They didn't even have a full story. So here you go. This is the full story, And if you guys are interested in following her, you already know what to do. Check out her name in the description box below, and you can go follow her directly on her account, blow up her YouTube channel. She already famous. This woman's famous. But, still, if you haven't heard the story and you want to find more updates and you want to see them mug shots and all that shit she's showing us, she really was about that life, y'all. She was not capping. She 100% was in the streets, and this is how all this really played a part. It's crazy.
But even her mentioning what happened prior, like being a part of a domestic violence case and the guy got unalive, like this, everything, she's just so brave to overcome everything she's been through, and it's nothing but God that kept her alive. I can't believe you were shot 5 times, survived. Like I said, the domestic case, you survived that, and then even just having your child and the childbirth, I can only imagine that what it did to your body, and just being able to be there for your child. You had a young child when all this was happening and you overcame it. Everybody goes through something for a reason, and this is only a part of your story, and you're not done telling it. Like, you have many years to go, and this is just something that happened to you and molded you and changed you in a way for the better, I would say. You realize how you had to step up as a mother and everything that you've been through. So,
Yep.
it's just preparing you for what the future has in store for you, and you overcame this, and you're very brave for telling your story. And just, keep sharing everything you've been through, because a lot of people can relate more than you know.
Yeah, definitely. If you've made it to the end of this story time, I want to thank you personally for, surviving this story time. I know this is a very long story time. I know a lot of you guys appreciate these long story times. I just want to say shout out to the creator one more time. Thank you for this story time. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being transparent. All of those things played into this being a great story time for everyone. And yeah, I know this is your real life, so please don't take none of the feedback that we said. Just take it with a grain of salt. We just watching as reviewers. We don't know anything about you personally, so I don't say things to attack people when I don't know much. Everything you told us is just pretty straightforward. There's nothing you can really say to it. You took accountability for everything, so nothing I had to say really against you other than the situation you put yourself in and kept putting yourself in. I was with you up until the half part when you went back into the streets, but other than that, I don't want to make this longer than it has to be, Messy Family. If you guys are interested in following her, make sure y'all check out our description box below and go follow her directly on her accounts, all right? But that's all we have for today. Shout out to the storyteller. We do wish you the best, and we pray for nothing but success for you and your family. We do pray for your children as well. We pray that they, can cope with this life that they have been given, and that, you could be there for them as well, to be that, that voice, because they will need you. But that's all we got, Messy Family. We will see you all in the next story time. Peace out.